Alright, this is my second time recording this video. The first one was me finding a cave. Today is just mining. Just trying to unwind after a pretty shit day. It was just me talking mad shit. I'll probably keep talking shit, but I'm also still texting my girlfriend, so, you know, intermittently I'm probably going to stop, and you're going to hear some angry typing. Okay, so I did end up finding a cave. It's probably nighttime. It's not. Okay, I was wrong. I found a ravine. It is right here. So, it was nighttime. I think it is no longer nighttime because there's monsters out. Out and about. Out and about. Okay. We're just gonna mine. I am looking for more diamonds and gold. We want gold. You buy gold, right? Oh, and coal. I wouldn't mind. Some coal. Oh. Oh. Look at that. There's a bunch of iron down there. There's a bunch of iron right here too. Hold on, let me. She keeps sending me voice memos. No, she doesn't. Never mind, that's not her. Okay. I want more water, but I don't know where to get it. I don't think this is gonna yield any real results. I wanted a cave. This is just like a tiny ravine. It's better than nothing, I guess. Iron, bada boom. There. Give me. Why is life nothing but pain and suffering? See, there's nothing here. Oh, I don't know why I fucking did that. Super chill mining episode. slime balls, bro. Oh, why are you here? There's nothing over here. I don't need iron. I need gold. We want gold. 4 golden carrots, I guess. Even though they're not really worth it. Because this wasn't as successful as I thought it was gonna be. This is my second attempt recording this, but it was just me fucking walking and just talking some mad shit about my in-laws, because they be out here trying to tell us what to do and shit, and it's like, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a rat's ass what you think. Nobody gives a rat's ass about how you think. It's like, nobody can comprehend, like, the fact that some people just don't want kids. It's so difficult for people to comprehend that we're smart. I'm just kidding. Actually, damn, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Ooh. Nah, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. Damn, what the fuck? I didn't think this was gonna be such a big bang. Oh. God damn. Just gonna pull a total Chuck of Conroy right now. So anyways, what have you guys been up to? Got a bunch of college homework. I don't have a bunch of college homework, although I totally flunked my last semester of college. I didn't flunk it. I did, but it didn't end up going to my GPA because I managed to medically withdraw from my semester. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I managed to get out of the semester unscathed, which was pretty cool. Definitely have an opportunity to get my shit back, or to like redeem myself next semester, I guess. And it's like, it sucks because I was taking a lot of classes that I really liked, and that I was really excited for, like existentialism. I was super excited for, and I liked all the stuff that I was learning. I just like, it was bad. Like my episodes were bad. So I ended up I literally stopped going to class in the middle of the semester, and it sucked, but you know, it is what it is. Existentialism is a spring class, so instead in the fall I'm taking a Kierkegaard and Nietzsche class, which is going to either like rule or it's gonna suck. Nietzsche's cool. Kierkegaard is awesome. I fuck with Kierkegaard heavy. Kierkegaard fucking rules. Kierkegaard is the subjective meaning of life. That guy. But his is different. His is very romantic. His is very passionate. It's when you get to like Jean-Paul Sartre, where it's kind of when it's this is what I wanted. Yes. It's not until you get to Sartre where it's a lot more like traditionally what you would consider existential. like existential crisis type shit. Kierkegaard, well, obviously this Kierkegaard is like super early existentialism. It's like early 1800s, maybe like mid 1800s. At the end of the first quarter of the 1800s, like 1820s, go eep. So he's just kind of like the beginning. He's only called the founder of existentialism because he was the first person to kind of have these ideas of subjective meaning, especially as a Christian, which is super interesting because all religion is trying to give life objective meaning. Why, hello there, pupper. Okay, Kierkegaard rules. Nietzsche rules on a bad day. I don't know how I feel about Nietzsche. I prefer Dostoevsky's philosophy, Fyodor Dostoevsky's philosophy, as opposed to Friedrich Nietzsche's. Friedrich Nietzsche's is very self-centered. Like his idea of the Overman. I'm not too familiar with Nietzsche's work enough to talk with any sort of like confidence about the Overman, but I think because I was only in those classes for like a couple of weeks. I think I only attended a couple of those classes, and then I crashed out and I stopped. But the Overman was always being the best version of yourself, which is great. But I didn't mean to do that. But Nietzsche's always very famous for denouncing. I don't know if denouncing is the right word. We're gonna use it anyways. For denouncing pity, or what he described as pity. And I feel like what he describes as pity isn't actually pity. At least not pity in the modern sense of the word. His definition of pity is sympathy. It seems. So he seems to confuse pity with sympathy. That's why Dostoevsky's philosophy is so much more appealing to me. Mainly because I've been underground before, you know? And that's just fucking water. And it's more comforting for me to use your self-growth to be kind, to just be kind, you know, which Nietzsche oddly rejected. Of course it can still fucking hit me, because of course it can, which Nietzsche rejected, like, vehemently. And yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna like Nietzsche when we get to. I think when it comes to like the Overman and like being the best version of yourself, of course that's all like nice, but it's what you do with it that I think is where Nietzsche loses me. His whole idea of pity and rejecting pity just loses me a bit. That's why I definitely prefer Dostoevsky's philosophy when it comes to bettering yourself and how to use that like the idiot. Nietzsche was very underground. That seems to be his entire philosophy. Again, I could be wrong. It's the whole point of me taking this class, is to learn more. But from my perspective now, it seems like he's very underground. If you know what I mean, like underground man. He doesn't want to love. Not that he's unable to love, but he's like forcing himself underground by rejecting what he describes as pity. He's kind of forcing himself underground. And then I don't know the quote, but he has a quote I listened to. It's a video on Dostoevsky, and it compares him to Nietzsche. Where's that come from? Oh. Comparison to Nietzsche, saying, that's where their philosophies divert, is that Nietzsche believed it was weak to for lack of a better word, show any sort of compassion towards anyone. And it's interesting because you see Nietzsche and Dostoevsky in the kind of lives that they led and the hands that they were dealt, and they kind of developed opposite perspectives on it. Where Nietzsche thought it was weak to give yourself to someone else, to show compassion for someone else, and Dostoevsky thought that it was all that life was about, and that there was nothing wrong with it. Oh! With both differing views on existential philosophies, which is fascinating. I would love to take a class of Dostoevsky. I wish there was one. If one has never existed, I would love to start one. I think Dostoevsky's message is honestly just beautiful. Especially for me, I feel very Nietzsche sometimes, where it's just like, not now, because I have friends and I have a girlfriend. Get rid of some of this stuff. I don't want that. I don't really want these. Why did I do that? Stop! I don't want to fucking emote. But Nietzsche was alone majority of his life. He never had friends. Never really made any lasting connections with people. So he developed this mindset of like, well, then what's the point? Like, I'm fine like this. I'm just gonna focus on being the best person that I can be, and connecting with other people is a weakness. And I guess I kind of caught myself in a very similar position. And it's underground. That's why the quote that I was talking about, I don't know if this is the exact quote when I was talking about the video, that one conversation with a random man on the street, one really good, sincere conversation with another human being was enough for Nietzsche's entire philosophy to falter. And that rings true, at least for me. It's like, you want to, I have this reputation of hating people, and I do. And I do. I'm such an introvert. I can't stand being around so many people for so long. Oh my fuck! Oh! And there's nothing wrong with that, but you can't really say, like, I can't really say that connecting with people is a weakness. I got to a point where I was like, what's the point? What's the point in all of it? Like, maybe it's just dumb. Maybe I'm better off by myself. Maybe there's no point to any of this at all, and I'm just never gonna find any sort of meaningful connection with anybody. And then you do, and then the entire thing just wavers. The entire worldview crumbles. That's why Nietzsche was underground. His entire life, he was underground, and it's depressing. And him thinking that compassion and, I guess, quote unquote pity is a weakness is eerily similar to how the Underground Man treats Liza in the Notes from Underground, or in Apropos for Wet Snow. Because the fact that he considers it a weakness means that any sort of compassion in any capacity is an attack upon his worldview and is an attack upon his entire philosophy. Which is why when he says, like, oh, one honest, sincere conversation with someone is enough for my entire philosophy to waver, he says waver. He never changes his mind or is open to other interpretations. Which is interesting because he loved Dostoevsky's work, and that is very interesting. Sorry, I'm like focusing on two things at the same time. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna like Nietzsche as much as I'm gonna like Kierkegaard, mainly because Nietzsche's very negative a lot of the time. I mean, he has really great points about, like, yeah, being the best version of yourself that you can be, but it's like, it's not like it's like the message behind that. Like, it's, again, I could be wrong. It's the whole point of me deciding to take this class, right? But yeah, I mean, Nietzsche's cool. He has some good stuff. Thus Spoke Zarathustra has some cool parts. I remember reading some of it. I haven't read the whole thing. I want to, and I might get around to it. I work overnight shifts now. And it's dead at night, right? So it's like I have a lot of time to read, or not read, but like listen to audiobooks. And I usually listen to podcasts, and then as of late, I've been listening to a bunch of true crime videos and stuff, and like, all that kind of creepy, scary, dark corners of the internet type videos. And they're cool, but like I could also be like reading shit about a subject that I actually enjoy, like existentialism. They were both very existentialist authors, and they both wrote some great things that just happen to lean more towards Dostoevsky's philosophy of compassion and unconditional love for the people around you, even when people piss you off. And his books are fascinating. I haven't read enough of Kierkegaard. I've only read like the one thing. Yeah. This was a very disappointing game. Oh no, there's more stuff down here. There is not more stuff down here. There's kind of more stuff down here. I wanted. There's nothing down there other than death. But I haven't read enough of Kierkegaard to like. Not know, but like have any like valid opinions about his work. I haven't read any of his books. All I've read are those 2 journal entries that he wrote to his friend, who was a paleontologist in like Brazil, and then he talks about how envious he is of his friend finding like the one thing that he wants to do for the rest of his life. Why are there so many fucking creepers? Can any other... Actually, you know what? I prefer creepers over fucking skeletons, to be honest with you. If it was a skeleton, I'd fucking kill myself. But yeah, I've only read the 2 like journal entries. And for Sartre, I've only read that one article, Existentialism is a Humanism, I think, which is why Dostoevsky is considered an existential author, is because of his conclusion that since all your actions affect the people around you, that makes you responsible for them. And he's an atheist. All of his stuff is very, not all of it, but the brothers Karamazov has that one story about Jesus that is very atheist. I should have gotten fucking wood from the... Should I go back? I should. But it doesn't even look like there's anything over here. It's just a bunch of bullshit. I do not need any more iron. I have so much iron. Sartre's Existentialism was a cool article. Has a lot of great points. It's a very existential though. It is very existential. That's kind of where you get into like real existential crisis type shit. I think I'm just gonna leave. There wasn't really anything promising. Okay, well, let's take another look around this mine shaft. Oh, my bed is up there. That's gay. Oh, what the fuck? It scared the shit out of me. He has those ideas about anguish, what is it, loneliness, and some other thing I can't remember. Despair. And those are all super existential. That's where you get like it's a real existential, like the anguish. I can't remember what the anguish is. Oh no, the anguish is that you're completely responsible for your actions. That you can't, you have no excuse when it comes to your no. That's forlornness. Anguish is the responsibility that being responsible for your actions has. It's the responsibility, and then forlornness, or a fancy way of saying loneliness, because nobody can talk normal. It has to be a fucking jargon all the time. Is I guess forlornness is a separate type of loneliness, because I think it's like a loneliness, kind of like an abandonment almost, because it's not necessarily abandonment. It's you feel lonely because you've been abandoned. It's different. What the fuck? What was it here? Oh. Yeah. Forlornness. Okay, so loneliness due to abandonment, because abandonment isn't necessarily. I have sticks. Still, I think I'm gonna fucking leave. This wasn't that great of a, not that great of a haul. What the fuck is this? Oh my fuck! Oh yes. So yeah, because abandonment doesn't necessarily equate to loneliness. At least I don't think so. But it's the loneliness of atheism, the realization that there is no God, and that people fall back on religion and theology. I guess theology is not the right word. People fall back on their religion to justify their actions a lot of the time. Especially Christians. Christians use their religion to justify hate. They use their religion to invalidate even the good parts of their lives. Like when people say God is good for like any achievement that they make, they completely invalidate their achievements, and they use their religion to justify a lot of their poor behavior. And this forlornness is super existential, because it's like you have no excuse. There's nothing out there. There is nothing. We are alone. There is nothing. There is nothing. You have no excuse. We're alone. There is no God. You have no excuse. You have nothing to fall back on. It's BoJack Horseman. You are all the things that are wrong with you, and you are all the things that are right with you at the same time. There is no religion. There is no deity. There is no predetermined set of morals for you to fall back on and justify or excuse your actions. And for many people, that's horrifying. That's terrifying. And it makes sense. It does. It does make sense. But, I guess. I was gonna say, like, at some point you have to come to terms with it, but some people never do. Some people never do. And I guess if you want to have an objective moral framework, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't. You just believe that there's an objective moral framework, and because the fact that other people think differently in general already disproves your point. So it's like, what are you gonna say? You know? Break the fucking boat! Fuck's sake. Oh, of course it fucking sinks. That's why it's so important to me not to live my life based on what other people want from me. Not to get lost in the finite and do what other people want me to do and do what I feel like other people think that I should be doing. I want to do what I want to do. Because that's the point. This is all we got. You know, this is all we got. And what's the point in getting lost in the finite or getting lost in the infinite? Why? Just so we can lie on our deathbed full of regret, dissatisfied with our existence, dissatisfied with our life. Why? For what? And it sounds dumb. Again, the idiot. People think you're an idiot. And you know what? Maybe you are. But what's so wrong with that? You know? What's so wrong with that? What is so wrong with that? I will always preach existentialism to, like, any chance I get. I get it. It's all the things that everybody wanted me to feel about Christianity. I feel about Christianity's antithesis, the antithesis of Christianity, or to religion in general, I guess. It's a complete rejection of religion and deities as a predetermined moral framework. And to me, that's comforting. It means that I'm in charge of my life, and it's so easy to say, and it's entirely different to it's entirely different to believe, you know. It's entirely different to accept it and to feel it. Like, you can know it, but you have to believe it, and you have to develop that sense of strength. I guess I don't want to say strength. That sense of I don't give a fuck. I guess I don't know. But it's like, at some point, like, that's it. It's that, like, I don't give a fuck what you think. Like, my existence is my existence. Yeah, I love this shit, man. It's so comforting for me. Especially, like, everybody trying to put me in a box my entire life. At the end of the day, like, nobody could. Nobody knew what to do with me. My mom was always mad at me. My dad kicked me out. It's like, nobody could fit me into their box. And I was ashamed of it for so long. And it's like, I'm not anymore. You know? I think after reading Kierkegaard, specifically, because Kierkegaard's entire existentialist philosophy is so romantic, and it's so passionate and emotional and artistic in a way. Like having the passion for the infinite, you know? Like I don't know, maybe I could be misinterpreting it, but it could be, at least the way I see it right now, before taking this class on Kierkegaard, is having this passion and love for the fact that you're in charge of everything. Everything's up to you. And it's having a passion and love for that. You see, I would love to teach a class on this stuff. Like, it's crazy. Like I love this. I love this stuff. I feel like existentialism is such a underrated section of philosophy, and a commonly misunderstood section of philosophy. Everyone thinks about existential crisis, and like that's the only thing that they think of when it comes to existentialism is the word crisis, existential crisis. And in my opinion, nobody ever talks about the existential comfort. I'm gonna coin that term, the existential comfort. Sometimes existentialism tucks you into bed and tells you everything's gonna be okay. Because it is. Because at the end of the day, you're in charge of you. You can do whatever you want. It might take time. It might take work. But it's possible. And people try to tell you it's not. But it is. And it's all what you make of it, you know? Like, and what you're willing to sacrifice for it. It's that whole thing of like, I would rather be poor and happy than rich and sad. And for a lot of people, people totally misinterpret that. Because like, what makes you happy? You know? Oh, I'm gonna fucking come. This is exactly what I've been fucking looking for. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna bust. I feel like when people say, oh, like, I'd rather be poor and happy, like, they think of, like, oh, I want to be living in a fucking hut with a family and, you know, like, super basic shit. But it's not like that. Like, what makes you happy? Like, think about what makes you happy. What genuinely makes you happy. And think about doing it. Think about living a simple life, doing what you like to do. Feeling fulfilled in art. Sometimes some people feel fulfilled doing the secular activities. Sometimes people feel fulfilled, like my uncle is very secular, he's very numerical, he's very logical, for better or for worse, mostly for worse. And he talks out of his ass a lot, telling people like, oh, well, you know, people don't achieve their dreams, and it's like, but like, you like what you do, so like, you can't really say anything. Like in my eyes, like, you've made it, and he doesn't even see it. Like, that's making it. Oh, fuck. Oh, there's a baby zombie, I don't wanna fucking do this shit. Oh my god. Get up. No, stop. Don't swim. Just get up. Go. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Please don't. Please stay down there. that baby zombies don't burn is honestly horrific. That's what I mean, is that you don't need money to be happy. Like, for example, if you're a musician, like, yeah, man, I don't know. If there's one thing that being in a religion taught me, it's that you don't need to live an extravagant life to be happy. You don't. You could live a totally simple life, like me right now, in my tiny studio apartment. Not even studio, it's like a one bedroom. It's like in between a studio and a one bedroom. Hanging out. I'm making music, taking pictures, playing video games, talking shit on the internet. And it's like stuff like stuff like that makes me happy. And are those emeralds? I'm not saying that like this is all I want to do for the rest of my life, but like, you know, yeah, obviously, you know, it definitely is more black and white than that. It's not that black and white. But at the same time, it kind of is. And then it's like, now people think of existentialism and they're like, oh, well, they confuse lack of objective morality for anarchy. And that's not what it means at all, because you're still responsible for the way that you make other people feel, which is what Dostoevsky believes, and I guess to a certain point, it's what Sartre believes, because you're responsible for your actions, and your actions impact other people. Just the way that Sartre believes they impact other people is different than Dostoevsky's, just a little tiny bit. Because Sartre's view is very example-based. Like, no matter, like, every decision you make could be interpreted as an example for other people. Like, it all has the possibility. Like, every action you make has the possibility of someone to look at your actions and being like, maybe I should do it like that. So you have to be careful with what you do and the influence that you have. Maybe that's what it is. It's very influence-based. But Dostoevsky's is very emotional. It's like you're responsible for how you make people feel, the impact you have on people, the way that people perceive you, and the way that people feel about you. It's very, you know. But yeah, you know what I mean? I just went on a whole rant. I don't know. I love talking about this stuff. It's very idealistic a lot of the times. But, actually, it's not. Maybe it is. Maybe it is idealistic. Or maybe I just don't understand the philosophy enough yet. Again, which is why I want to take more and more classes on it, learn, see what other people think. But I mean, so far that's the vibe I'm getting from existentialism. And the more I read about it, the more I learn about it. It's you know. Oh, okay. What am I doing here? Let's go over there. Oh, we'll go down there next. Verse probably all it goes. Okay, well we still have here. Give me these. Go. Just throw torches around. Just throw fucking torches around. Just throw torches around. Just go. Bam, bam. Look at that. Dumb fucking bitch. How was my lecture? Did you guys like it? I want to be a professor of philosophy, and I probably sound like shit, but I'm taking 0 teaching classes. I'm just kind of talking about shit that I like. And my girlfriend thinks I have a way with words for some fucking reason. So, plus, I've been wanting to use these videos as kind of like